Okay, so Tom Wadakan, what's the perfect English translation of Hawa Baazi in your view? Let's start with that first. What is Hawa Baazi? Give me an English translation of Hawa Baazi so we can construct the debate that way. Go ahead, please. And it's an open debate tonight. Yes, the first turn to Tom. Keep it brief, please.
I don't want to be lost in translation.
No, you don't know the translation.
No, I know.
Of Hawa Baazi.
I know the translation.
What is the translation of Hawa Baazi?
When you're attempting to kite fly.
Kite fly.
It is like the Kati Patang.
Kati Patang.
You know, you are a directionless government run by the Rashtriya Super Sarkar of the RSS. You have no program in which the RSS paid respect was asked to conduct a class for the government which was democratically elected. Where in the history of India have you heard of a thing like this? The Rashtriya Super Sarkar takes charge of the government.
Okay,
the Prime Minister comes
Nalin Kohli first response.
Is that what you're talking about?
Nalin Kohli first response. I have a different structure for this debate. I want to share that with all the viewers tonight. We'll pick up 5 or 6 subjects. Land bill, economy, institutional integrity, foreign policy, Prime Minister's flip-flops, and RSS role. I will request our panelists to pick up any one and then we'll realize who's doing Hawa Baazi and who's not. Subjects on your screen. After the first response of Nalin Kohli, I will request any panelist to pick up any of these 6 subjects. Land bill, economic situation, integrity of institutions, foreign policy, Prime Minister's flip-flops or the RSS role, and then we'll debate. The first response counter-argument is from Nalin Kohli on those introductory comments sounding quite filmy there. References to Kati Patang and Hawa Baazi by Tom Wadakan. Go ahead, Nalin.
Well, when there's a shortage of content and substance, then rhetoric and decibel levels both go up. And I think that was an eloquent display by Mr. Wadakan. My compliments for that display. The fact of the matter is that
standard debating dialogue. Standard debating dialogue.
Let me finish.
Okay,
let me finish, Tom. We've hardly begun and you are getting agitated.
No,
so
I'm
therefore,
cool.
Let's get down to the point. Basically, what is it?
Yeah.
Here is a situation who the Congress wants, who the Congress party wants to anoint as its president. We know it would be from a family. That's the Nehru-Gandhi family. They are entitled to crown him, not crown him. It really doesn't bother us. The fact of the matter is, so far there is a crown, there is a prince, there is constantly about the crown going on the head of the prince. That never happens. First there was the elections, thereafter they said it will happen in probably April, but Mr. Gandhi was traveling to Bangkok for what he calls introspection. And thereafter we've had this. So today's attack actually is an excuse. They have no answer why this crowning is not taking place.
We never asked you about Amit Shah.
On to the next part
we
of the
never
debate,
asked you about Amit Shah.
As and when you pick up each one of those topics, and I'll be happy to give my party's point of view.
No, 1 second. Is it Hawa Baazi that the government fulfilled a 42-year-old promise to the veterans under OROP, Pawan Verma? Is it Hawa Baazi that the inflation came down to 4.3%? Yep. Is it Hawa Baazi, Pawan Verma, that the government earned 2 lakh crore through coal auctions?
In the wholesale price index.
Yeah, what is it? What is Hawa Baazi here? Pawan Verma, where do you stand on this? Pawan Verma, can you hear me at all?
I can hear you, Arnab, if you can hear me.
I can hear you loud and clear now. Yes, go ahead.
Arnab, you've put out the issues, and apart from scoring debating points, essentially showbazi, as I understand it, is a general policy of a government which emphasizes more show than actual delivery. And to my mind, there is little doubt that a government which came to power with such a spectacular majority on the basis of so many categorical promises has shown a very, very visible gulf in terms of delivery. Now you put forward some subjects.
Not at all.
On the land acquisition bill, for instance,
I'll answer that.
The government made a unilateral U-turn to its own support for it and has threaded.
So you're picking the land bill? Okay, fine.
Over a year.
Pawan Verma chooses subject 1, which is land bill.
You raised some issues.
Land bill. No, fine. So I'm just putting it. On the structure of the debate. All I'm saying is I put 6 subjects. Pawan Verma chooses land bill.
So I'm just speaking.
He chooses land bill. That's subject number 1, chosen by Pawan Verma. No, I'll get the others to respond on the subject. Land bill.
I'll just say 2-3 sentences on each.
Yeah. No. Pick up one. No. Don't see 2-3 subjects on each. Pick one. We debate one. Then we move on. You pick the land bill. Give your perspective on land bill. We'll give a response.
You will give a response.
No,
or
no, no.
Prime
The others
Minister?
will give a response on the land
Bharatiya
bill issue.
Janata
Go ahead.
Party.
Yes, thank you.
I'll give
Thank
a
you,
response. Don't worry.
So on the land
Don't worry,
acquisition
Mr.
bill,
Bhatnagar.
I believe, Nalinji, relax. On the land acquisition bill, I believe the government's handling of it has been abysmally poor. And now the volte-face it has made could have saved a great deal of time in putting forward what I believe was a progressive legislation which had the full concurrence and backing of the BJP when it was in opposition. But it was handled so poorly with no consultations, repeated ordinances, that we have seen an inordinate delay in moving forward.
Yeah, I think on this
So
one,
I'll
I think
stop
on
here
this
if you
one,
want me
Nalin
to,
Kohli will
while
concede.
other people-
No, I think on this one, Nalin Kohli will concede because his government repromulgated the land ordinance for an unprecedented fourth time after the monsoon session, proving this is a bill you will dig in for. There's undeniable that you've done a U-turn under pressure. You are under relentless pressure from everyone, including the Shiromani Akali Dal and the Shiv Sena. So I think you let this pass, Nalin Kohli. You really have we can go on the Hawa Baazi debate, but I'm sure on the land bill you don't have much to say really. So should we move on to the next subject, Nalin?
Should 3 sentences.
Second subject.
Just 3 sentences, not more than that. The first is that the first part was about the 13 acts that needed to be there. That was part of the bill. There was a timeline that called for an ordinance. It took place in December 2014. The second is, yes, there was a lot of opposition. There was a perception being built, and the Prime Minister himself has said, if there was a perception being built, we don't wish to be anti-farmer. We
Okay,
believe
fine.
the changes were pro-farmer.
Accepted.
But so be it. And 3, that it is pending before the joint committee. It's now the property of the joint committee, and it also leaves the option open. Perhaps states may come up with legislations that may draw investments to those states based on the
Okay,
nature
fine.
of
So
the
on the
legislation.
first debate, I do not see an aggressive counter-attack from the BJP. I move to debate number 2. This is the Hawa Baazi debate on Times Now. Mr. Tom Vadakan, you and Pawan Verma, you are smiling. You think you have the upper hand on Nalin Kohli in the debate so far. And Sunil Alagh is maintaining a studied silence.
Let's talk of facts.
Okay, Sunil Alagh, choose a subject tonight. Let's give him choose a subject. Which one?
I want to say on the land bill one thing.
No. We moved on from the land bill now. Move to the any other.
I want to end on the land bill right now. So then, all right. So no, you were saying we are not being aggressive about the land bill. I just wanted to say on the land bill one line. Just because a land bill was introduced and when the Prime Minister listens to the opposition, you call it a U-turn. I call it flexibility and you call it democracy.
Why, that's all
He's
right, that's
listened.
semantics. I
He's
don't believe in
actually put it to
semantics
the
of that
committee.
kind.
And who's
That is
opposing
not the
it now?
issue
It's
here.
the Congress.
They could have
It's the
listened-
Congress now.
they could have listened
therefore
15 months ago.
Look, if you want to talk about, okay, all right, he didn't listen. So what? Do we move forward or not? That's the question
Okay,
now.
move forward to
Or
the
you
next
want to
subject.
talk
Everything
about
is
right
so
months
what
ago.
to
Yes, he was open
Simple.
to suggestions.
Move
And the
forward to the next
Kalabazi-
subject.
No.
Pick
I
a
want to
subject, Tom
say-
Vadakan.
Okay,
Pick a
now
subject,
you
Tom
opened the
Vadakan.
debate.
Which
now I want
subject
to
do
go
you
to
pick?
Kalabazi.
Repeatedly, if you have a
Kalabazi
point
is the
of substance,
U-turn.
I'm happy.
Let's go into
To
Kalabazi
hear
instead
those.
of Hawa Baazi.
Yeah.
Okay, which subject do we pick? Kalabazi versus Hawa Baazi? On the Hawa
Kalabazi
Baazi
of Congress on GST
on the Hawa
bill.
Baazi debate.
Kalabazi
I'll tell you,
a
I'll
proper
tell you.
U-turn.
One sec.
A Kalabazi of Congress on Oro.
on the Hawa
Everything
Baazi
is moving
debate.
forward.
Acha,
Let's
listen-
hear some
Economic
Kalabazi
issues.
now.
Acha, Are,
of the
please listen to me now, Mr.
Economic issues.
Listen to
You
me,
want
sir.
terms?
There are 5
I'll give you
subjects to
Kalabazi
debate.
of all the opposition parties.
ठीक है sir, your Hindi is very good. Kalabazi versus Hawa Baazi, but
Right.
pick up a
So
subject.
we want
Pick up a
terminology,
subject.
I'll bring in
Let's
terminology.
debate seriously. Tom Vadakan, pick the next subject.
Yeah.
Economy, institutional
Economics.
integrity,
Let's take
foreign policy,
Let's
Prime
take
Minister's
foreign policy.
flip-flops or
I'll go on to foreign
Economics.
policy.
Tom picks.
Economics.
You pick
Can
up
I-
economics.
Okay, since
Yes.
I'm taking
No,
I'm
which
taking up
subject?
foreign policy,
No,
can I
one
make a
second.
statement?
One second.
no,
Tom
no,
Vadakan, which
economics.
subject do you
I
pick?
just want to make one
Tom
statement.
Vadakan, no
Economics.
statements. Tom, which subject do you
Economics.
pick? Economics. Okay. On economics, you accept the challenge, Nalin Kohli, on economics. All talk, no action. Words
With
of Sonia
pleasure.
Gandhi tonight. The Modi
I
government.
can't believe
Yes.
he picked economics.
You-
This
Yes,
makes it
I am
interesting.
picking
You
economics.
can't- you
yes.
can't- you-
I'm. Yes,
I
Mr.
can't
Kohli,
believe no
I'm on
action, huh?
economics.
You think
I'm willing to
you are
comment on-
accusing the Modi government of Hawa Baazi on economy? Go ahead. Prove
Yes.
it. Prove it.
The Sensex figure today has sunk. It's a U-turn. The Sensex has gone down. Grain production has fallen. Employment promised 2 lakhs.
Don't laugh,
No,
Nalin.
2 crores. And what is delivered is 2 lakhs.
It's funny.
Rupee is sinking.
This is funny.
GDP sunk.
He's laughing at
God's sake, What's happening?
He's laughing
I mean,
at you.
if this is not Hawa Baazi, what is?
He's laughing at you. Why are you laughing?
He can laugh. He's got laughing gas by him.
No. What? Am I going
Well, I'll
to get
tell
a
you why I was
response from
laughing.
either?
Because,
Okay, go ahead.
Mr. Gandhi, as in the young Mr. Rahul Gandhi, spends a lot of time outside the country. Perhaps in
Oh,
while
you
he was
don't bother
traveling, at
about
least
that.
he would have read
You don't
newspapers
bother
and
about
other
that.
things.
What
Or got
economic
information.
policies
So, I mean, he would have known what's happening
Okay, Tom,
globally.
you made your point. Let him respond. Tom, please.
Tom,
please, let him respond.
For the record,
Tom, let him respond.
Yes.
FII is foreign institutional investor. The movement of capital in the first round was pointed out in the market was out of 10,000 crores total, that was volatility spoken about. 4,000 odd crores was what came in and went out, so they were minor figures. Now let's go one by one on the economy. First of all is the fiscal deficit is down, which was what we inherited. We inherited almost a dead economy. Second point is fundamentally 10 crore people have gone in for this. Hold on. 10 crore people in India, that's ordinary Indians, have joined the insurance policy. 17 crore have opened bank accounts in financial inclusion. Of course, this is not work. Consumer price index is down to about 4.5%. Wholesale price index is down in the negative. GDP, hold on.
Your retail
Mr. Vadakan, you are not reading. Mr. Vadakan, you're without homework. Mr. Vadakan, I'm also pointing out whether it's the World Bank, whether it is the IMF, whether it is anybody who matters, says that the only bright spot in the global economy is the Indian economy. However, you wouldn't see that because perhaps you don't even read the papers internationally or nationally.
Why did you summon the corporates?
I haven't finished, Mr.
Why
Vadakan.
have you summoned the corporates?
You have, Mr.
Your economic front
because this is the government that listens to feedback. It is not Hawa with a leadership that comes from the middle of nowhere, imposed upon a million other supporters of the party because that leadership is born in a family, and therefore you expect it. This is a government that listens, takes feedback and course corrects. This is a government that has raised 2 lakh crores in Fukoy, which you
on the Hawa Baazi debate. On the Hawa Baazi debate, gentlemen, 1 second, please, coming in between you both of all. 1 second, Sonia Gandhi and Narendra Modi both need to answer on a couple of issues. Tom, please. Tom, please, 1 minute. Tom, please, 1 minute. Please, Tom Vadakan and Nalin Kohli, pull back.
Where are you, Mr. Vadakan? How could you pick up the economy? You are not only
I picked up the economy because you have failed. I picked up the economy because you have failed.
Can I come in?
Failed miserably.
Can I come in? Tom, 1 second. Tom and Nalin Kohli. No, Tom and Nalin Kohli. 2 questions to both of you. 2 questions to both of you. 2 questions to both of you. General knowledge question number 1.
Can somebody else speak also, please?
Yes, please. I just wanted to point out, I hope you won't be uncomfortable by knowing the fact, Pawan Verma, I'm just adding my 2-bit into the debate, that food inflation rose almost 18% during 09-010 and fuel index rose 11% between 09-010 and inflation skyrocketed. Wholesale price index rose 9.9% between 09-010. And the average inflation under the UPA tenure was 11.6%. I just wanted to point this out to you, whereas it was 4.3% during the NDA government. I just wanted to make this point before you enter the Hawa Baazi debate on the point of the economy to provide covering fire to Tom Vadakan. Go ahead, Pawan Verma. Go ahead, Pawan Verma.
There's no question of covering fire. Arnab, let's have a serious debate. I believe the most objective observer, and many of them have been traditionally BJP supporters, have said that the handling of the economy has been below par. There are dozens of decisions pending on the question of ease of doing business. Start from the top. Talk to any industrialist and he'll tell you, or she will tell you, that between what the government says it wishes to do and what it actually delivers on the ground, there's a great gulf, including on the issue of tax terrorism. Talk to the middle class.
Talk jobs.
A categorical
what about
promise
jobs? What about jobs?
Sir, when I speak, then you interrupt me.
No, I
will take only 40 seconds. You indicate the time. You indicate the time, I'll finish
30 seconds to conclude, yeah.
Okay, count it from now.
Yeah, counting it from now.
Okay, take the middle class. They were disappointed with the budgets on terms of the tax exemption. Take the farmers. Apart from the land acquisition bill, agricultural production has fallen from 4% 1% roughly to 1.1% today. Every half an hour a farmer is committing suicides, and this government is institutionally neglecting agriculture. Take the creation of jobs. Between promise and delivery, you probably don't eat onions, Arnab, but people have suffered. Take the question of in bigger promises, like in the case of statehood for Delhi. Take the question of special category status for Bihar. There are a series of promises.
Time up. Who's winning the Hawa Baazi debate? Nalin Kohli.
And of course the dollar and the rupee.
Nalin Kohli is coming into the debate. Nalin Kohli. Wholesale price index of peas, once again mutter, up by 106%. Spinach by 94%. This is Azadpur APMC data between January 31st, 2014 and January 30th, 2015. Prices of brinjals 57%, methi 56%, bhindi and green chilies 47%, onion 40%, tomato 33%. Wholesale prices of vegetables and fruits are skyrocketing. I hope that is part of your economic plan. Go ahead, Nalin Kohli. Defend yourself on the Hawa Baazi debate. You're being thrown a challenge on the issue of the economy. Your turn to respond. Go ahead.
Okay, first of all I think Pawan Bhai could have been honest enough to have accepted the fact that you put across, that this was friendly cover fire, because after all the Congress and they are in alliance, and now he's extended it to the party of Delhi. Also, the Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress aren't together in Delhi. However, coming back,
you are always making debates personal.
It was just an opening comment. Just an opening comment. The two of you get so agitated. Why don't we have them sit together with a single mic? It'll be so much easier. It'll be so much easier.
Let him continue.
In one shot only.
Let him continue.
After all, it'll be such a nice shot.
Pawan Verma, he's only driving at you. Go ahead.
Or Mr. Nitish Kumar. Why not? So, okay, shall I get back to the debate? Let's go one by one. Yes, I pointed out certain points. Now, let's go back to the specific... मैं कह रहा हूँ, आप मुझे बोलने नहीं दे रहे, पवन भाई. अरे मैं जवाब दे रहे जा रहा हूँ, आप मुझे बोलने नहीं दे रहे और कह रहे फिर जवाब नहीं दे रहे. जब मैं जवाब दे रहा हूँ आप घबरा जाते हैं जब मैं आपके अलायंस की पॉइंट्स ले आता हूँ. मैं इकोनॉमी पे आ रहा हूँ, आप मुझे टोक रहे हैं. कहिए शांत हो जाए 30 सेकंड के लिए तो मेरा जवाब सुन लेंगे.
अच्छा, don't heckle, please continue.
But why don't you keep quiet for 30 seconds, sir?
Don't heckle, continue, sir, continue.
बोलो.
Okay. You specifically raised the point about inflation with food, particularly vegetables. Yes, it is a problem. It's a problem that has been going on year after year after year. Last year there was some success in it. This year I will say that the success is not so. Let's go one by one. With regard to there is an issue related to what the farmer produces and sells at, which is abysmally low, and what the consumer pays from time to time with these market spikes, abysmally high. So therefore, these are the corrections, but the government is working on it.
You didn't say that when the Congress party was in power.
Therefore, work in progress can't be considered work in progress because 10 years is a very long period of time. In 10 years, we all became a decade older. Nalin Kohli, at the end of 17 months,
why did you withdraw urea subsidy
for a
by
track record which should be taken at the end of 5 years.
Nalin Kohli, 1 minute. Nalin Kohli, you know, for all the households in the country tonight, for all the households in the country tonight, जो कहेंगे,
including on this issue.
No, one second. For all the households in the country tonight, people who are saying, आजकल सब्जियों के दाम बहुत बढ़ रहे हैं. Nalin Kohli, क्या आप ये कह रहे हैं कि ये सब work in progress है? Counter from Tom Wadakan, sensing an opportunity.
Importing pulses and subsidy. Why don't you give it to the farmers? You are supporting that trader to do black marketing. You can't control hoarders. And price is spiraling. And
Tom, what prevented you from any of these innovative ideas for 10 years?
No, this is not innovative. This is not innovative. This is planned mischief against the country.
So therefore, where did this come from?
Against the exchequer.
No, 10 years mischief. No, hold on. 1 minute. How can you call this mischief?
1.5
I mean, how dare you say that we are up to mischief? This is a government working and you say it's mischief? Was it not mischief when you were looting the economy? Was it not mischief when you said 2G was zero loss? Was it not mischief when you went ahead with Colgate? Was that not the poor man's person?
Did
you not sell the family jewels and then gone and you don't call that mischief? You were running down a government, you emasculated the Prime Minister's office. Was that not mischief? How can you call work mischief? Mr. Wadakan, I take that as an offense. I'm sorry, as an affront, not offense, affront how can you bring it? This word mischief is inappropriate, incorrect, badly done. You may pull aside that word and pick up another word.
Directionless government.
Directionless? Are you talking of your leadership or government? Make up your mind, Mr. Vadakan.
I'm talking about your government,
Mr. Vadakan, make up your mind. Are you talking of your leadership or are you talking of the government?
I'm talking about your government, Mr. Kohli.
10 minutes on the debate. 10 minutes on the debate.
Okay, let me ask a question.
Interestingly, very interestingly, gentlemen, very interesting. Look tonight. The Congress party is given options to debate. The Congress party on the Newshour debate tonight, despite my mentioning the subject, refuses to comment, pick up the subject on the RSS's role, presumably because the Congress party feels that that's where it's going to go away from subjective areas and goes into objective areas, and Tom Vadakan is now going to have to look at papers to debate on the RSS role because he's provoked to pick up that subject. But I'm only pointing it out to you, Tom, from the force of your own conviction. You chose not to discuss the RSS issue.
I will.
You will because you're being coaxed to go into it. I'm not coaxing you there.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I don't need any
references. In your list, I want to touch on two issues.
Tom Vadakan picks up RSS. Congress party picks up the RSS issue. Third Hawa Baazi charge, please. Tom Vadakan picks up the RSS issue.
I'll respond to that.
Yes.
You'll respond to that. Charge is this. RSS controlling the BJP. Sonia Gandhi, as part of the Hawa Baazi attack, says country last week was given a clear evidence of what is obvious for a long time, that Modi government is controlled and directed by the RSS. Tom Vadakan, as you pick up this subject, and I hope that you're not having to pick up this subject against your own volition, because voluntarily you did not. The moment I mentioned it, you did almost as if Sonia Gandhi will be upset if you don't pick up the subject. I'm just making that
my
point.
Friend.
No, it's all right.
I made that point in the opening. I said Rashtriya Super Sarkar. And I strongly recommend this book. Arnab, read this book by Mr. Goel. It has the constitution. It is the constitution of the RSS.
Go ahead. Make your point briefly. Briefly.
Article 20 of the RSS says they are going to enlighten the government, to educate the government. If the RSS, which does not have a mandate, not one man is elected, decides to decide the fortune of this country, the destiny of this country, where you are going to have meatless days in Mumbai, you're going to have waterless days in Mumbai, you will have sedition charges thrown at you. This is what is going to happen if RSS is going to run this country. I recommend you read this book.
Open debate, time to respond. BJP coming in or Sunil Alagh coming in? Who's coming in on that? Okay, anyway, I don't know
I would like to
therefore,
where members of the NSC were elected from.
397 farmers who have committed suicide in Karnataka have done because of the RSS. 397 of them. And has Mr. Rahul Gandhi, in all his famous travels all over India and all over the world, even visited Karnataka once?
We are talking about
Mr. Vadakan,
the RSS.
Let's talk of facts. You want
to
always attack the RSS because the concept of a remote control was invented, it was perfected and implemented on a hapless nation by the Congress party, Mrs. Sonia Gandhi, who held the remote control of an emasculated Prime Minister's office. I didn't interrupt you, Mr. Vadakan. I didn't interrupt you, Mr. Vadakan. Just because I'm coming up with substance, is that making you defensive? Just because I'm having points to say that counter your points, you are unable to hear them because you feel that your class will be taken up tomorrow morning and you may lose your job. Is that the reason? Leave the Article 20 and point on the articles of the Constitution.
Article 20
you want to talk
RSS.
about the Constitution of the Congress
Have you
Party?
read the RSS
What is internal democracy? Tom Vadakan, why are you interrupting me? Why are you heckling?
Tom, please let him continue, Tom.
If you don't do so, you will be held accountable by no less than your party president that you are unable to even on the RSS issue attack the BJP.
You take care of yourself.
What? And you attack.
Mr. Modi is going to be very upset with you.
Mr.
Mr. Modi
why are you defensive? Why are you defensive? No, Mr.
I'm not defensive.
I'm being offensive.
It's becoming complete rubbish.
You are being defensive by heckling me, Mr. Vadakan. And I will calmly...
Can we have a discussion on the issues, please?
I was pointing out that the concept of the remote control was two. Those who created it for a television and those who created it in the Congress party to run the country through the Prime Minister's office. The Prime Minister was all work and no accountability, all accountability, no responsibility. Because you have that model, you are forced to look for a model, somehow to say, no, such models exist elsewhere. I have never been, and I'm saying it on the record on television. You can record it.
4 minutes on the debate.
Pawan Verma. Never called from someone from the RSS. Aisa karo. And while I've been on TV, never been called once also. aisa
point coming to
bolo,
a panel
this
debate
aisa
now.
karo and aisa bolo happens only in the Congress party because that's where the remote control system works.
Howard Verma, counter to the RSS point to Nalin Kohli. Yes, please, Mr. Verma, go ahead.
I want to say on the RSS issue, I don't want to speak much because I want to just make one point. The real mythology is that there is any difference. The BJP and the RSS are the same. Sometimes some of them become ministers, sometimes they go back to the RSS, and the chain and the affiliation of that integral organic continuity continues from the BJP, RSS, Bajrang Dal, VHP, Shri Ram Sena, and so on and so forth. So if they consult with each other, I have no problem, provided they broaden their vision to include the plurality of India. Now I want to quickly make 2 points, because you have yourself identified the issues. Arnab, there is a very strong feeling in this country, and we are not bound to partisan debate, that the government is working for a clutch of crony capitalists.
Name them,
There
sir.
is one particular individual exceptionally close to this government whose net worth has increased by 25,000 crores according to reports in the last
Raj wants to
15
counter
months.
that.
While everybody else's budget, including the middle class, has been shrunk, and people are still waiting for Achhe Din. Secondly, on foreign policy, I tell you, I have yet to make some sense of this government's policy in terms of the subcontinent and to Pakistan. We are floundering to understand what this government wants to do, beginning with one extreme of muscular verbosity to the another extreme of complete cordiality, to the current situation where two nuclear armed powers are hurtling threats against each other, and the government has no sense and no institutional coordination with the Ministry of External
Sir,
Affairs. So I want
okay,
to answers on that.
Even if I concede this, and I'm on a more fundamental issue tonight, concede tonight, Tom Vadakan, that the reason Sonia Gandhi, the reason Sonia Gandhi coined
Mr. Goswami, may I just have a
coined,
quick response? Otherwise, me
Can
and
I
Mr.
please-
Vadakan will get lost in a fight again.
I have limited time and I want to focus on one issue.
Said.
No, one second. I want to focus on one issue. Concede tonight, Tom Vadakan, that the reason Sonia Gandhi used the Hawa Baazi term is because she did not want to answer the whole country on why Rahul Gandhi is still not taking over as party president. I mean, how long are you going to groom him, incubate him, prepare him, train him, rehearse him, prompt him? How long will this continue? How long will his political evolution continue? It's 11 years.
Still he can do the
No,
next.
is that not the key to the Hawa Baazi debate? Is that not key to the Hawa Baazi debate?
It is not that.
Pardon
It
me?
is the common man's voice. She has said what the common man today in the street is talking about.
She wanted a distraction. She didn't want people to ask. She didn't want people to ask why Rahul Gandhi is not ready yet. She didn't want people. That's the political point tonight.
No, that's
She didn't
not
want
the
people
point.
to answer. Okay, so why is Rahul Gandhi not ready
You're
yet?
getting it wrong.
So why is Rahul Gandhi not ready yet? Tell us, why is he not ready yet?
Decide on the time.
Why is he not ready
We as
yet?
a party will
Why is he
decide
not
on
ready
time.
yet? Can someone answer?
He's ready.
If he's ready, why is he not taking over? Is 46
We have
years
an
not old enough?
organization.
What's the
We
real
have
issue?
an organization which works according to a constitution which is not familiar
Why
to
is
the
he not
Bharatiya
ready yet?
Janata Party.
Is Hawa
He
Baazi
is
a counter?
perfectly ready.
Come on, please.
He's
Counters,
perfectly
please, to
ready.
this.
Part of this.
He's
Nalin
perfectly
Kohli.
ready.
Nalin Kohli.
This Rahul Gandhi bashing is one thing which is done on television. When Rahul ji speaks in parliament, they run helter-skelter. Haven't you seen that? And they're scared of Rahul Gandhi.
I'll just add that what happens within parties should answer. We can ask, what have you done with Mr. L.K. Advani? What have you done with Mr. Murli Manohar Joshi?
Nalin
Where are
Kohli.
they?
You know, this is such a
Mr. Yashwant
fascinating
Sinha,
discussion.
who says we are brain dead.
Pawan Bhai is talking about, Pawan Bhai is talking about that it's okay if everybody in the BJP, RSS, everyone get together in the interest of the country. There was Ram Manohar Lohia ji.
It's very
Of course,
good.
I haven't seen him there. I wasn't born
It's
at that
happening
time.
openly.
Anti-Congress
It's
to the
happening
hilt.
openly.
He must be turning in his grave to see his acolytes actually now coming together with the Congress party somehow to stay in power. So, I mean, let's not get into this ideological
Were you
area.
the script
Because when it
writer
comes to
for Modi?
ideology,
No, actually,
Modi is the
Shyama
main
Prasad
guy.
Mukherjee is
You
turning
write
in
the
his
script.
grave to
Some
see your
ideology
alliance
will be able
with
to
the
fight. The rest is only
Modi.
power. Only power. See how they are fighting with each other. Now let's come to the next issue. What issue is this? Helter skelter. No, hold on. This is fascinating, even more fascinating, Mr. Goswami. When Mr. Rahul Gandhi, according to Tom, is in parliament, everybody runs helter-skelter. But they don't want to crown him the president. Why? Because if they crown him the president, will this country explode?
No, it is
so
not.
Therefore, they are so panicky.
It is an
imagine, helter-skelter without being crowned. Wouldn't you like to present him then to the country as this is our answer to the BJP and to Prime Minister Narendra Modi?
He will do far
Therefore, that question is going to come up. That's the question that will come up. Third point, foreign policy. Third point, foreign policy. Mr. Vadakan, I know you have to praise your leader. Now you've done it. Now let me move to foreign policy. It's more important for you.
Okay.
So on foreign policy, I'm talking on policy, you're talking of a leader.
Well, who's ahead on the Hawa Baazi
I'm
debate?
talking of something, of national interest, you're talking of a leader. Because you have to do that. So anyway, Tom, I understand. You have a problem. No problem. Tom, we appreciate, we empathize, we sympathize. We are with you on this. We are not against you. Now let me come to something of substance. Let me for a change come to something of substance on this debate, which is foreign policy. Because it's been left aside, I haven't commented on it. On foreign policy, Pawan Bhai said, I can't make sense. Pawan Bhai, you've been a career diplomat. Just read what is the Lahore Declaration. The starting point of that declaration, it's a very short document which says that Pakistan will not use its territories for any terrorist activity against India. The second sentence to that is thereafter the composite dialogue and all pending issues. Yashwant Sinha ji has written an article which came in the Economic Times just yesterday, so you could refer to that too. The second point is, what was the UFA statement? The UFA statement was on terrorism, only about terrorism. Who would talk in it was only the two NSAs or the DGMOs or the DG BSF Park Rangers. These are the focus things. Pakistan is unable to understand it. They want to expand the debate. You find some merit in that. Good for you. That is your politics. We in national interest don't find this.
No, Pawan Verma.
Like
No, one second.
Exactly what is the agenda.
Okay, so Tom Vadakan, last question on that to you, please. Tom Vadakan, take Tom, the last question. Last question on this debate, Tom Vadakan, is this. Tom Vadakan
from a perpetrator of terrorism has become
Vadakan, सवाल लीजिए. Tom, the question is to you. The question to Tom Vadakan is this, and he will have to listen to me. Tom Vadakan will have to listen to me now, please. No, one second. Last question. Tom, this is only to you. If UFA is Hawa Baazi, was Sharm el Sheikh Haath ki Safai? If UFA is Hawa Baazi, was Sharm el Sheikh Haath ki Safai?
Are you asking me that question?
Please emphasize the word Sharm.
Who else? UFA was the biggest fraud perpetrated on India.
I want to
know it.
All right.
Incursions, 800.
Who won the Hawa Baazi debate? Let the viewers decide this. Thank you, Tom.
250
Tom, let's see. Leave it to our viewers to tell us tonight.
Biggest fraud perpetrated on India.
You call
yes,
the statement between two prime ministers a fraud? Where are you?
I mean, of course it's a fraud.
You call a
I'm coming from this country.
Fraud on the nation?
Yes, it is. Yes.
This country, I'm sorry if this was not a responsible.
I'm more nationalist than your RSS combined.
Calling it a fraud.
You have not delivered. You have not delivered. My brethren have been killed on the borders. And 800 incursions, you can't protect the border. And you're talking about UFA.
What are you using in your desperation to somehow prove some relevance?
I'm not. It's the biggest fraud perpetrated on India.
Okay, Tom, second question for you.
Biggest? Now you are adding an adjective to an incorrect use of
Pawan Verma.
This probably sums up the Congress party.
And Sunil Alagh
on
the economy.
This is also nothing to do
you don't worry about the patriotism.
This is purely to do with the interests of a family. Good luck to you. Thank God the people of India could see through this in the 2014 elections.
People of India will watch. Don't worry. They are watching already.
Okay, one last question, please. Don't get touchy on this. This is the Hawa Baazi debate.
I'm sure, and I hope this is played
calm down, gentlemen.
So that people can watch more.
Calm down.
What your party stand is.
Pawan Verma, be completely balanced on this subject tonight. I know the Bihar elections are coming up, but tell me, Pawan Verma, is helping one politician, as you mentioned, helping one politician whose a businessman whose net worth has gone up many times since the Modi government took over, if that is Hawa Baazi, then is a Congress leader making his own family member apply for a coal block and get through, is that Haath ki Safai? Pawan Verma, why?
That has been done. I'm answering the question as bluntly as I can. if there has been any nepotism or wrongdoing in a matter which deserves transparency as per the law, the perpetrators should be punished.
You're being very general.
Irrespective of which party they belong to.
You're being very general. You're being very general tonight. You're not being.
I'm answering your question.
Sunil Alak counters you. Sunil Alak counters you. So does Nalin Kohli. Sunil Alak.
I'm saying
anything.
Sunil Alak was. Sunil Alak is countering you. Sunil Alak.
This government under Prime Minister
Sunil Alak.
I have kept quiet. Can I just get one word in?
Sunil Alak is responding.
These general comments.
Sunil Alak
I
is
have not
responding,
said
sir.
anything.
Go ahead, Sunil.
No.
This is a government that is proud of the fact.
Can I just come in for 1 minute? There are a couple of points, Pawan. Pawan, can I just come in? All of you all have spoken throughout for the last half an hour. I haven't said a word. Okay, now I'm not belonging to any political party. Can I just say one word? Nalin, just 1 second. Nalin, just 1 second. Look 1 second. As far as I'm concerned, the foreign policy is not only Pakistan. If you go outside, every single country that he has visited now wants to come and invest in India. Please understand what this man has done for 1 year. Don't ignore it. Just relating it only to Pakistan is not right. Now I'll come into the next question. The question is, somebody said the stock market has come down. It was 18,000 last year. It went to 29,000 now. 29,000 to 27,000 is no coming down. It's way ahead of everything. FIs always invest. They do profit taking in December, they come back and invest again. So look, this is an up and down thing. The Make in India thing is stuck because everybody says, how do I invest? If you don't have GST, you don't have land. How will I come and invest? So who's stopping it? It is being stopped by everybody else. So in 1 year to assess, a lot of things have to be done. A lot of things have to be done. A lot of things have to be done, but don't question everything in 1 year. Support this government. If you think they're doing everything wrong, let them commit suicide. Why are you helping them by stopping them? You'll come into power. They are doing everything right. They are doing everything right. Let them move ahead. You can evaluate them after 2 years or 2.5 years. Okay, crony capitalism you're talking about. Which government has not helped some capitalists? Which government? Now when you talk about it, you have to ask, 1 second, can I finish? Can I just finish? Anybody who has been helped, how has he been helped? Has he helped the fact of industry and giving jobs?
Is there no counter from you?
Labor, or has he been helped in a non-transparent fashion? Pawan, you asked that. Has any industrialist been helped in no transparent fashion?
So
that's what you should question. That's what you should question.
I can understand
That's all.
that. He's talked about the census.
Question that.
Was it
done in a non-transparent fashion? Question it.
People have not been helped in a very...
You have to help some industrialists. You want industry to go, no?
The government will give replies in 5 years. Don't worry. The people will decide.
Yes.
Don't worry. You're a Modi
The government will reply. The people will reply with their votes. Everybody will reply. I'm just raising a few issues.
Modi
That's
admirer.
all.
You have said that on record, and you say that you don't belong to any party is farce in the beginning.
And,
let me put that on record.
Arnab, can I say a last word?
I don't.
I'd like to make a point, please.
I don't belong to any party. I'm right.
Goswami, just one comment on foreign policy.
But I am a
on
Modi
foreign
admirer.
policy, I just wanted to say, has it ever happened that 26 out of 27 nations, excluding Pakistan, they go drop out of a conference just because Pakistan insisted and said we will not invite the Jammu and Kashmir Speaker of the Assembly? When has it happened earlier? Has it ever happened that a single priest, right down to people in thousands, have been evacuated out of war zones? From Afghanistan to Yemen to Libya. When has it happened that government of India was not being there for its people? Government of India was an unknown entity that used to just sleep. Government of India is now seen. Government of India is seen in action. Government of India is seen on the ground. Government of India is seen there for Indians. So therefore, just because you do not see it, just because they are wearing political specs and they are willing not to see beyond it.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean that the government of India is going to stop.
Okay, 1 second. Tom, it's all right. Even if we leave it to the viewers to decide who won the Hawa Baazi debate, and you can actually take a call on that, who won the Hawa Baazi debate, and I'll share your opinion with both Tom Bodakan and Nalin Kohli and Pawan Verma. But last question, Tom, why didn't Rahul take over? We will
have Rahul ji, Vice President, becoming the President at our time
Right.
and our date.
Okay, fine.
We
Okay.
do not take orders from anybody.
Sure.
We decide as a party
So
when
they don't
we
need
want
an
to do it.
organizational election.
It was
He has
only a
given
question.
the cat out of the bag.
Organization, that is
He's
why.
confirmed that
There
he will
is a
just
I thank you all for joining me, ladies and gentlemen, on debate number 1 on the
Don't
Newshour
worry,
tonight. I'm
Mr.
back
Colleague.
with the Maria
It's not
debate, the
Amit Shah.
Maha Maria mess on the other side. Thank you, Tom. Thank you.